Hey, welcome back to 3 poses a day for 30 days to relax the pelvic floor. I'm Tracy, and all 3 of our postures today will be standing. We'll start with mountain pose, we will transition into a wide-legged forward fold, and we'll end with goddess. The only prop I can think of that you might want to use is a yoga block, although it's not required. So pause the video, grab your gear, and we'll get started. All right, first up is mountain pose. I would invite you to use a block and place it either between the calves or maybe the upper thighs. And the act of squeezing that block will help engage the pelvic floor. Just make sure that the block does not hit the knees because you don't want to hurt your knee joints. If you're not using a block, don't worry about it. Just make sure the feet are spaced hip distance apart. And everybody, with or without a block, you can rotate on the feet forward and back a few times to make sure you can find the center point for balancing your weight. All right, now that the weight is centered, I'm going to check in with the hips. I can rotate the pelvis forward and back a few times. And I want to find the point where my pelvis is in neutral, meaning the lumbar spine is having a natural curve in the lower back. So if I tuck my tailbone under to make the back straight, I create tension in the knees. That's not what we want. If I'm arching too far back, it creates tension in the lower back. So find that nice center point where you're in neutral. And then from here, the hands stay at the sides. We're nice and tall through the spine. Bring the shoulders back and down, and we focus on the breath. Now remember, every inhale, the chest is going to rise, the rib cage is going to expand, and the belly fills with air all the way down to the muscles of the pelvic floor. You can stay here for 6 breaths without moving the arms, just breathing deeply, or you can join in with me. With every inhale, the arms will come up, and every exhale, they'll come down. So pick what works best for your body today, and we'll get started. All right, find your center point, and we'll begin with our breath work. Inhaling and exhaling. You have 4 more deep breaths at your own pace. And if the hands are going up, make sure you're relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Let's take 1 more breath, make it a big one. And we exhale all the way down. Beautiful. And we'll remove the block. If you are more flexible than your teacher, you might want to have a block in front of you for the forward fold. For me, I know it's not an option, so we're going to set it to the side. All right, wide-legged forward fold. I would invite you to step the feet apart, not too wide, maybe 3.5 feet. The toes will point forward. And as you lean down, I would invite you to bend the knees as generously as you want to, hinging at the hips, maintaining a nice straight spine, pulling the tailbone toward the back of the head, and coming down to your edge, meaning you only go as far down as you need to feel a stretch in the hamstrings. So if you're standing up here and you bend just a couple of inches and you already feel the stretch and activation of the hamstrings, the backs of the legs, then that's as far as you need to go. Nice straight spine. We'll tuck the chin slightly so the neck is natural, and that's good. If you can go all the way down, you're really going to focus on pulling the tailbone up, hanging the arms or keeping them at the hips, and going only as far down as you need to feel the stretch. So for me, this is it. But you might have more flexibility and can come down to the floor or on a block. But don't risk rolling the back of the spine. You don't want the back to be curved. You want it to stay nice and straight. So the tailbone's coming out, natural curve to the entire spine. All right, we are going to stay in this for 6 breaths as usual. So let's get to it. Nice deep inhale, fill the belly. And on the exhale, the tailbone sticks out, bend the knees. Bring the body forward to your edge, and if you want, you can even move the weight, shifting it slightly toward the balls of the feet to deepen the stretch. All right, we're here for 6 breaths, nice long spines. Don't hold your breath. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, nice straight back, come all the way back up. And we will transition into goddess pose. In goddess, I'll show you on the side to start. Has a little bit of a similar technique. So the feet are roughly the same distance as they were for the forward fold. Toes are out, so the feet are about 45 degrees out. And when you come into goddess, you bend the knees slightly, stick the tailbone out again, and a nice straight spine. Only this time, instead of reaching down, we're just slightly leaning forward with the upper body. So the forward view looks like this. So I'm squatting down, I'm sticking the tailbone out, the shoulders come forward just a little bit to maintain a nice natural curve in the back. And this is it. And then here, a lot of times I'll tie breath to motion with this too. So I'll inhale up and exhale down. Shoulders always pulling away from the ears. So a few options. Hands can stay on the hips. You can come into cactus and just hang out here. Or you're welcome to join me with motion and the breath. All right, let's get to it. Inhaling, the arms come up. And exhaling down, really focus on sticking the tailbone back and up. We have 4 more deep breaths. Really feel the motion of the belly as you breathe. Let's take one more breath. Big inhale. And exhale. And then we'll release the legs, bring them back together. And that is it for your 3 postures today. We are finished with class 3, and I will see you tomorrow for class number 4. I hope you're feeling really, really good today. I wish you well. Namaste.